we're As Professoras.
I'm Gabi from Intensivos Americana.
And I'm Kelly from English with Kelly. And today we're going to be answering I'm going to be answering some questions about resumes and the structure of resumes.
So what essential information should we include on our resumes?
And so it's really important to have really basic information, like your personal information, your name, contact information, all of that good stuff. Nowadays, we've got some different types of jobs where they're moving into more creative markets, like social media marketing and things like that, where you do marketing or graphic design. And so if you, in your personal information section, you probably should include a link or a site or your social media where the employer can look and see a portfolio of your work. So that would be interesting for the more creative. If you're just a normal employee, then it's not necessary. So personal information, how they're going to contact you, as well as a work experience. So you need to have a list of work experience, where you've worked, what your positions were, responsibilities, etc. The education background section, so any pertinent information that you have about, but this is more like formal courses like university, high school, postgraduate degrees, masters, etc., etc. And then usually we find a skills section. So it could be foreign languages, or it could be a bunch of other stuff. But so 4 of them: personal information, work history, educational experience, and skills.
Okay, and do you think we should include all past experiences?
Well, it depends. If the past experiences that you have are relevant to the job function that you're applying for, then yes, then it would be a good idea, because you've got some transferable skills and you've got work history that can support your experience. So if the job is in line or has some sort of skill set that supports the future job, then yeah, it would be important. If you worked in an industry that has nothing really to do with the thing that, like, you're a career changer, you're moving from area to area, there might be some transferable skills. You have to look for those, leadership or management, things like that. But if it doesn't really have any connection, it's probably not a good idea. You can put it on, you can list it, but I wouldn't emphasize it.
Yeah, okay. Only if the interviewer asks you this type of question.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's like, oh, I only see that you put the past 10 years. Well, yeah, because 10 years ago I switched into a different area, so that's why you see my career as I'm building up to this position now. So.
Okay, very good. Okay, Kelly, so do you think that the order of information in a resume makes the difference?
I do. And this is my recommendation, and this is what I think works, but let's say that you're a recent graduate, you've graduated from university, and you don't have a lot of work experience. So what is going to be the most impressive for the hiring manager? The most impressive thing is going to be your educational experience, because that's the basis of your information for that position. So your educational experience probably will go above your work experience, because you don't really have any work experience. You have maybe you did an internship, something like that, but it's not a real extended experience. If you have been working in an industry 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years, then yeah, you definitely should put your work experience above your educational experience. Why? Because it's more important at this point in your career. So you have a really good work experience there, and that's what's important for the next position that you're looking for. So it kind of depends on where you are in your career, how you're going to put the segments on your resume.
Okay, and what if the person has never worked, for example?
So there's a lot of people that have only studied, and then they need to go out and find a job. What I would recommend is putting your educational experience on there, because that is important. That shows that you have the capacity to study a course, finish a course, and graduate. And then if you have any volunteer experience, if you have any social programs that you work with. There's a lot of people that participate in church groups and things like that for the community. It's not necessarily directly related to your work, but it does show your character as a person, and there are some skills that you can transfer. I had a student recently that he's a university student. He's looking to get an internship. He has no work experience. He's never worked before. And I said, well, what you should do is put your educational experience on there. That's important. Any presentations or any awards that you got in the university because he was working on a big project.
Maybe emphasizing languages. So if you speak English, if you speak Spanish, for example, then you...
that you're studying a course, that you've done so many years, something like that. And then also, he's very active in the community, especially these social groups that work with receiving donations and then dispersing them to needy families and for children. I said, that's an amazing experience. You help the organization, you go down, you have timelines, you have specific places to go. So there are transferable skills there. So, use that experience to show your character, because really your resume is just to differentiate you from the other candidates. And so if you have a really cool experience like that, it doesn't matter if you have no work experience necessarily. You can show what type of person you are.
Okay, and what additional information should we include?
Yeah, so it goes without saying, any languages, because nowadays English is a must. Spanish, normally people have, especially in Brazil, have the expectation that you...
we don't speak
Portuñol, like something.
Portuguese.
So, and languages are definitely a must. If you're in an academic or scientific area, if you've published anything, that's a really cool thing to put on there, because you've obviously done the work to have a publication. Awards, and for people who are further along in their career, I would also put any certifications and career-based courses. So let's say you took let's think about a person that works in a laboratory or a factory or something like that, and they're looking to get into a management position. Maybe they took an additional course or a technical course or something like that. Any types of little courses that support, but it has to support your job intentions. Like you don't want to put everything on there. So it's not like, I'm going to list everything. That's not a great idea, because you really need to be careful on how you edit and what information you include there. It's the first impression. So, you want to make a good first impression with skills and experiences that show the type of employee you are.
Okay, great. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
If you like the video, please subscribe yourself. And then if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, so please let us know. We have email, we have Instagram, Facebook.
So you can just send us a comment, send us a message, and let us know what you're interested in or any other tips for job hunting that you're interested in.
Very good.
All right.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.